Hello everyone.
Hello. So, what are we doing today?
Today's video is going to be stealing for fun and profit. Exciting
Why are we
stuff.
stealing?
Everything. That guy's broom
Everything?
is mine. Yes, give me your broom.
Okay, but why are we gonna do it?
Alright, why should we steal on ESO? You know, the biggest thing that I hear from everybody in chat, friends, doesn't matter, is game gold, how do I get game gold? I'm so broke. But it takes a little bit of time to achieve some success with game gold.
Oh,
Why? Because most people start out selling to an NPC. Well, if you sell stuff to an NPC, you're making what I like to refer to as chump change. They're going to be paying you a fifth of what the value of that item really is. Including some items that you could be selling on the market for lots of money. They're going to pay 20 gold, 60 gold, 100 gold, 200 gold. You could be making 2,000, 20,000, 200,000. We won't get into that in this video. The whole point of stealing is to make game gold. Game gold, big gold letters with bright red outlines. Okay, what we want to do is there's lines that you can achieve this with, and there's gear that you can wear which helps you better with sneaking and hiding, and it gives you those improvements. I don't wear any of those because I am using lines from the Thieves Guild. I do have 10.5 in my skill line, and it's enough to open enough of the passives, including the Clemency, which is when you get caught by a guard. It's an option you have, and he just basically lets you go, and then afterwards you are caught by another guard. No, they look the other way. You can walk by with a bounty, I think, for one more guard. I think after that it goes back to your get caught, and then Clemency has a cooldown. So basically it's explained in their Clemency tab if you want some more information on that. Now the difference between stealing and pickpocketing is, of course, pickpocketing is something that you're going to take from an NPC. Not all NPCs can be pickpocketed. You do this by sneaking up behind them. You'll see that it hit 100% in green. That's the optimal time to pickpocket. It's going to come back. It's going to say 90%, 70%. So this is my load time. If I give it a couple seconds, it's going to ding. 90%, we're good to go. Now this is my technique. I use the Blade of Woe. Bam. Blade of Woe
hey, free
him.
present.
She's in the group. She was near the kill, so she gets to loot the body for one item. Now, all NPCs have 3 items in their pockets. Once you take all 3 items and you don't kill them before the 3rd item, you can't pickpocket them again. You're going to go up to him, it's going to say empty. So if you do eliminate them, he's gone. His body's gone. You come back here in a few minutes, he'll be back. You can do it again. So it's a process that you can repeat over and over again, but with limitations. Limitations being that at my level, I can only sell 140 items in a 24-hour period to defense. So you want premium items. So premium items would be listed under add-ons, is what I use to determine that. And a lot of people have a few different choices. The add-ons that I find useful are fence data, and I'll show you that in a second here. And then the other one is Junk Buster. This is not technically an add-on particularly pertaining to stealing, but what is important is the rules section of this right here. It allows you to set up rules when you pick up an item, what it does with that item. You want it to go right here. Destroy any item in the trash, or a certain price tag, or junk any trash. So basically you are going to decide, I want to keep all white items, all blue items, all purple items, all gold items, or I want all white items to just go straight to junk and be ready to be sold as junk or trashed. Now it's rare to get a gold item. Purple items you get occasionally, but blue items you get a lot more. Green items a lot more, and white items Now, the difference between the items is a white item will sell for 40 gold, a green item sells for 100 gold, a blue item sells for 250 gold, a purple item sells for 1500 gold, and I don't remember what the gold would sell for because it's been a long time since I've had a gold item that I stole. Okay, so basically we've covered pickpocketing. Now, right here, target of opportunity. You gotta come back here, boom, our eyes closed. We can go ahead and pickpocket her. It went ding, that was our optimal time to steal from her. Now she's gonna turn around and walk back. We don't want it to happen, so we'll just Blade of Woe her, and we're gonna get a second item from her. We could have gotten 3, but sometimes if you are don't have a lot of passives and you don't have the armor or you don't have the skill lines up, having this many eyes in this small little area, it's going to be hard for you to do anything. You see my eyeball is opening and closing, but I can still pickpocket from this mercenary soldier, which is basically a hired guard, and I'm not getting caught by this person right here by the tree. Now this is 90%. Now the next one's going to be 60 in white and 80 in green. Let's hit it on 60 and watch what happens. See? Oh, see? 60%, which means better than half. So I was able to actually pick a puck from him, but I was actually pickpocket, tongue-tied, pick a pence of pockets. So this guy's going to be at 80, and see, she was caught. And now they went after her.
That jerk from the stable saw me kill him.
Yeah, so see, that's the difference between her and I, is I have more sneak, more points, more passives.
No, I think she turned around. I didn't notice her.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity to show you, this is worth 40, it's white. This is 100, it's green. Now we don't have any blues yet.
There they go.
Here we go, here's a blue. Blue is worth 250. No purples, like I said, purples are pretty rare, golds are extremely rare. But this guy's at 60%, and I was still able to get it. See, this guy, for some reason, I have the best luck with this character at pickpocketing and stealing. It's just, it's weird. Now here we go, here's some more guards here. Now these ones, one of these has to catch me. And I will show you how to avoid getting caught. Okay, so we'll wait till he's back in the white before we try again. Oh, that was 90, sorry. Force of habit. We're going to go for, come on, give us a low number. 60. Boom, he caught me, he doesn't like me, he turned red, he wants me bad. Okay. This is why I like Reaper's March. And this is why we run from them to the water. Now, as long as you're in water that you're swimming in, you're floating, you'll see him. You can hear him. Well, you may not be able to hear him, but he is already getting angered. He's right here. See, he turned yellow already, so he's back. So we have actually lost him, lost all his aggression, and he's back to being a friendly. Now, of course, I do have bounty. Down here in this corner, this is your steering wheel. I have a $92 bounty. Red is the heat, white is my actual percentage. When this circle gets filled too much with white, the guards will spot you from a distance and come right after you. So that's one thing you have to watch when you're stealing, this bottom right corner down here. Okay. So, let's talk about,
How do you get the blade?
Yeah, the Blade of Woe. Wow, that's a good one. That's Cat Night, everybody. The Blade of Woe is started from the Dark Brotherhood, and here it is right here. So basically, it is a Gold Coast quest line, and it's the Dark Brotherhood. You go over there, and you're going to meet up with a girl down by the dock. She's leaning on the wall, and she will tell you to go kill an innocent. You go kill an innocent, come back, you get a messenger, comes down, gives you a message. He tells you to go across the water to the lighthouse. You go to the lighthouse, and there's the speaker. You talk to the speaker. After going through all of the questions to him, you end up with the Blade of Woe. He gives you a quest, and that's it. You're done. You got the Blade of Woe. You don't have to do the quest. You don't even have to do anything else with the Dark Brotherhood. Good, bad. If you just want the Blade of Woe, boom, it's done. Matter of minutes. So we're going to have another video on getting the Blade of Woe in detail, so be sure to check that out. That should be coming soon. So now look, here we go. This guard that was gone is back. So see, he's back, and now I can pickpocket him again. Now you saw that my eye opens up. Now the game does glitch a little bit, and I don't know if it's technically a glitch, but this person is aware that I'm here. But if you move up a little bit on them, it will, because I'm more out of their line of sight. I would assume that's what it is, because this is basically just like a hitbox. You got to get in the right distance. You got to be in the right area. Now this person caught me, but they didn't get angry. But guess what? I can't pickpocket them anymore. They're going to stay suspicious for a while, but I can still blade of woe them. Again, another reason. Yeah, Cat can pickpocket them. But only thing I can do now until the suspicious goes away is I can blade of woe them and still get something from them again. So that's another plus to having the blade of woe.
You can kill them.
So there we go. They're down. They're out. Okay. Now let's talk about the skill line itself, which is Underworld, which is Ledgerman. Mine's maxed at 20, and I have all the passives, which helps me with pickpocketing by 50% success rate. Trafficker lets me increase the amount of transactions that I can do daily with the fence, which means you start out, I think you started at 80, and then it gets bumped up to 120, and then 130, and then 140 with each point. Now I'm maxed at 140. Excuse me. So I can fence or sell to the fence 140 items in a 24-hour period. Here's another good passive. Improves your chance of forcing locks by 70%, which means when you're picking any lock, whether it's on a treasure box, a lockbox, or a door, you can hit R, and if you have, the more points you have in here, the better your chances are of forcing the lock, and then you don't have to go through each tumbler. Boom, it's done. You're in. Way to go. Okay, so Kat, you're gonna say something?
Let's go to refuge. Refuge.
Oh.
Ah, you got caught.
I have a little bounty. Now I can pay in
Outlawed
56,
refuge.
and I can lose all my thing, or I can click Clemency because I have that passive, and there we go.
I need to get that.
He walked right off, and then I can dance around his butt all I want. La 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 la. I have powerful friends, and you can do nothing about it. Yeah.
See, when that
This will piss him off
I
after
like
a
to-
minute.
What is there? You run and sit in the water, but I follow the river down over the waterfall and go into the second entrance.
Yeah, the technique that I learned about going in the water is something I learned as a noob. When you don't have a lot of stamina and you're not wearing golded out armor, I'm wearing gold on everything. So I'm having a huge resistance, and a resistance down here. My physical and my spell resistance is higher than a new player, someone who's beginning stealing, so I can take a hit or two from a guard. When I was a noob, wow, I'm getting a tickle in my throat.
Kill.
Yeah, it's like bam, one shot, two shots, you're dead. So it's like, okay, you got to figure something out. So that's what I did. So here, let me show you real quick. I'm going to hit E, and instead of working the tumblers here like I could be doing, I'm just going to hit R. I'm going to force the lock. Now, boom, we're right in. That is something you definitely want to put points in. Forcing
Are you in
lock
that house?
is good. Yeah, I'm in the house above the Outlaws Refuge.
Oh.
One other reason is if you're going to be questing, you go to the White Gold Tower. There is the boss that will lock you up. Now, see, this girl saw me, even though she was facing the other direction. Again, it's sometimes, I don't know if it's considered a glitch, but we're going to have to whack her because we don't want to get hit. So she's done. And yes, I will take recipes. And now there's nobody in here, so I don't have to crouch, and I can hit the lockbox. And even on an advanced lockbox, my percentages of forcing the lock are extremely high, 70%. So we will just run right through here. We will grab, and I'm taking items that I don't normally take, because for the video's sake, I just want to get some items to show you how to fence them. But what you choose to take is entirely upon you. White items are 40 gold, and a bunch of white items is going to get you a lot of gold in your pocket. So basically now, if we look down here at my circle, see how the white has moved because she saw me eliminate another player or an NPC? Now, at this point, if a guard sees me, he is not going to be happy about it. So we are going to go down here, and then I will show you. This is how you get rid of a bounty. So we come down here into the refuge, and we come up here to the fence. And right here, I can pay 555 gold to clear my bounty. You may not want to pay that much. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell my items. Now the green is a $100 item, and it says 107. The blue is a $250 item, but it says 268. Okay, why does it say that? Again, this is a passive here in Guild, under the Thieves Guild. If I can't stress anything else, getting the Thieves Guild line started and doing enough questing to get up to a certain point to start putting points in these passive, this is haggling. This right here allows me to get 7% more, and I only have 3 of the 4 points in here. This guy's not even maxed out yet. So I'm getting more money for the same items just by having done that skill line up to 10.5. So in my opinion, that makes it worth it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sell all of these items. So I will just hover on it, click E, and go down the line, and I stop when I see something that's really cheap. There is something that popped up there, right there. This is with the blue items. When you go to sell it, it says sale is final, and it tells you all this stuff. And I really have no clue as to why this is in the game, because this item has no other use other than selling it to the fence. It says that.
I think it's a glitch.
Blue and above. It says blue, purple, and gold. It always says that. So why? I don't know. First time I've seen it.
It says that to normal vendors. Like if you were to sell a purple item, it would warn you. So because it's treating it like a vendor,
Yeah.
it's telling you the same thing.
So we got lots of items. Now let's see right here what I can show you. This is selling. See, my max is 140 right here, and today I've sold 66 items so far. This is laundering. Laundering is what you want to do. I will pay 2 gold for the decorative wax. So that's how you launder that, and that's now in my craft bag. I'm not going to launder any of these other items, just the small items like this Molly denim. Never know how to pronounce that correctly. We'll launder that one. I'll launder this pattern. All the low end right here, this rabbit loin with bitter greens. I will launder that recipe, because if I don't know it, there's someone else I can give it to for, a few gold. So that's all my items I can launder. So we'll go back in here to sell. Oh, real quick, I forgot about. I like to show you the fence add-on right here. /fence. In the chat box. Stolen items in my bag are 39. The total value of all of those stolen items is 3,315 coins, and I have an hour and 50 minutes and 54 seconds until reset. Reset means that at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time here is my 24-hour period. I can steal it now, and then it's going to reset in another less than 2 hours, and then I can steal again, but not again until 8 o'clock the next day in that 124-hour period. So that's one thing why I like fence data. Fence data also has a window that you can keep open, a little small box that tells you this information at a glance without having to type /fence. So that's the reason I like fence data. So let's go ahead and continue. We will sell all these items, get rid of all these.
Why is it to log off in here though?
Logging off in the Thief Refuge will help get your heat and your bounty gone faster. So if I have all this right now, if I don't want to see, it says 831 is what I owe for bounty. But again, if we go up here to pay the bounty, you're wondering why is it only 499? Well, let's take a look back here in the passives. Under World, under the Ledgerman, there is kickback. Reduces bounties you willingly pay to guards and fences by 40%. So I have a 40% reduction by having all 4 points in the kickback passive, which is under Ledgerman, under World. and your skill lines. All benefits. Now, the Thieves Guild has all of these benefits as well. There's Clemency, the one that we used. Veil of Shadows again, which helps you not be detected by guards and witnesses when stealing. So, and Swiftly Forgotten, that makes my bounty go down faster and my heat go down faster. All these passes are worth it. So here we go. And now it just said you are now disreputable. You saw that pop up on my screen. That doesn't mean that I did a crime. What that means is that my little teeny red, that was the heat that was popping out above the white bar, is now gone completely. So I'm now at disreputable part of that bar, of this wheel. And as that white goes down, it's a different phase. At different phases, the guards will attack you and kill you on sight. At other phases, they will just grab you and demand all of your stolen items and the bounty. When that white bar, yep, when that white bar's too high, they will just chase you and kill you on sight. So
I worked so hard to steal those.
Yeah. So the other thing I like to talk about, go ahead,
What's your race?
is the race. Wood Elf. Why am I a Wood Elf? Why am I a Nightblade? I am a Wood Elf Nightblade because, number one, stamina is what you use to sneak with, so the more stamina you have, the longer you can sneak. So using a stamina-based character obviously makes more sense. Now, there are two races, Wood Elf and Khajiit, that give you passives.
Me.
My passives is a stealthy one on the bottom. The Khajiits also have stealthy, but they have what's called Cut Purse, which gives you a 5% increase in pickpocketing. Is 5% a lot? Well, no. When you think about it, it's a small number, but when you're actually doing the pickpocketing, you'll have 75% chance instead of 70.
That's not all that cut purse does, though. That's why it's a lower percent, because of the 15% of increased medium armor skill line thing.
Yeah, this one right here, this one gives me a 50% skill line with a bow. That's for the race thing, but basically when stealing, Cut Purse is all about stealing. It's not about advancing your skill line. That's a benefit. Some people prefer Khajiits. I prefer Wood Elves. I like Nightblades. Because Nightblades also have Shadow. They have a lot of skills under Shadow here in passives that help you disappear, increase your health, increase the duration of your Shadow abilities. So they have one here where you can actually disappear and then launch at a target. So if you hit it when getting chased, you are invisible to the guard.
Or you could take that potion.
Yep, potion. The Rogue's Drought.
There you go.
The Escape Drought. Roguish.
I linked it.
That's what she's talking about right there. That's one of the potions you can get from questing in the Thieves Guild line, as well as getting out of the Thieves' Troves. Now, Thieves' Troves are a little bit harder to show you because you actually have to go somewhere where there's one and find it. I'm sure you've seen them in game. It's a box that's glowing, it makes a sound, you open it, it starts...
You have to have the point in it, though, don't you, to access it?
Once you first find your first one, it gives you this very first passive right here under Guild, which is the Thieves Guild. This one opens up, Finders Keepers. And then you will start seeing them and hearing them everywhere, because they're all over the world out there. So, we've covered some of the basics. We've shown you how to steal. We've shown you how to get away. We've talked to you about sneaking. Now, there's one other guy that I sneak on that is a vampire. Now, I don't have the vampire line in here because I'm not a vampire, but it basically does similar stuff as the armor, which is the, is it the Night? No, not the Night Mother.
There's Night Mother's Embrace and Night Mother's Gaze.
Yeah. There's another set, I can't remember which one it is. This one right here, the Guards of the Night Mother. This one will reduce their... Oh, nope. Okay. It gets confusing in the game because there's two sets that are very similar in names. Here we go. Reduces the radius you can be detected while sneaking by 2 meters. Reduces the cost of sneak by 25%. But there is another set. I think it's Night Silence, which I probably don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any, and I believe that is a set can be found in Ordon. Let's check real quick. If we go to Ordon and look on their map, this is the one that was right up here. No, that's the flame damage. That is Ashen's Grip. Where is Night Silence? Was that?
It looks like it's in Oradon, Golanumbra.
Yeah, is that the one that's behind here? Yeah, Night Silence set. Ignore the movement speed penalty of sneak. What that means is when you are crouched, you're moving slower. But when you have this set on and you're a vampire in stage 4, both of these do the same thing. If you're a vampire in stage 4, you have a passive at the very bottom of that line that lets you ignore the movement speed penalty of sneak. So while you're sneaking, you actually stand up and you're kind of running, but your eyeball's still closed. Same thing with this set. You put the set on, it does the same thing. So those are two ways that can aid in stealing.
Werewolves are cooler though.
Yeah, but werewolves are brutes and they don't steal. They come in and smash everything and then try to sell the broken pieces and the fences. It's like, what am I going to do with this broken teacup?
Have you ever seen a werewolf pick a lock?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
He's all, I like that one right there. Can I have that in cobalt blue and installed in an hour? And it's usually no.
No, they pick it with their teeth. It's the freaking best thing ever.
Yeah, she's talking about the animation. They actually chew the lock, is what it looks like. But we've discussed why steal, we've discussed outfits, we've discussed skill lines, races. What's left to discuss, Kat?
Stealing everything you can from every single box, barrel, crate, bag, keg, everything. Especially if you have the craft bag, because you just store up all those ingredients.
Yeah. The only difference, though, when you're stealing, the ingredients are stolen items and still have to be laundered in order to go in your craft bag, which is a good way. If you're looking for specific items, you can usually find them in barrels. Like, I remember
if you're trying to move the line, though, laundering it does give you a little bit of points in the skill line.
Yeah, a little bit. I needed, oh crap, there's a guard. See, they bought me, and I can't use clemency because I already used it. So now I can either pay the 333 gold or run. So it's a lot easier just to pay for 333 right now for the sake of the video.
I'm stingy.
Yeah, I would have ran. I would have never paid. But here we go. So what she's talking about. Here's a sack. Here's a sack. Those are provisioning items. Here's a crate, coffee. So you see fingerless gloves. When it has this icon right here, this is just worthless clothes. Not worth having. They're only worth 3 gold. So it's inventory space waster. Sometimes you're really good. You find items quickly. You find, see, here we go. Here's a Reaper's Milk Jug and here's wax. So I'll take that. But this is what she's talking about. You got to check every bag. You got to check every barrel. There are obviously places that you can find boxes, lock boxes. Lock boxes will always have a few stolen items in it. Sometimes gold, blue items, sometimes purple items. Then you can also find backpacks, which are really good for having what you want. Here's a backpack right here. It's got a purple. Now if we go to this corner, this is one way to get your eyeball to close. If you go into a corner, go into a wall, that's usually how you can get them to close. Then I can take that. She didn't see that. Bags everywhere. Now I'm doing things that's going to be hard for some of the noobish players. New guys, because you're not going to have a lot of points in all the passives. So basically, you're going to have to learn techniques and tricks that get your eyeball to close as quick as you can. So this guy is coming over here. I'm going to run in here, see if there's a lockbox I can show you. There's usually one that spawns right here. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go into the corner right here, and we're going to get our eyeball to close. Okay, now instead of picking again, force lock, bam, it opens it. Bam, I got a blue item and 116 gold. Gone. Okay, another thing, these barrels right here, this is a good place to find items. A lot of people pass on this stuff. They just go right by the barrels that are stacked up here. I see people come in here to steal all the time and miss this. But look at that, there's a white item. Lots of bags everywhere, lots of people to pickpocket, lots of lock boxes. There's always a lockbox right here on this corner, and it is not there, and the guy that's normally here sweeping is not here. So that means somebody just came through here. So I'm taking items that I don't normally take, just to show you guys in the video. I do take recipes, I do take diagrams, everything, because if I don't need them or any one of my crafters doesn't need them, then I give them to Kat or give them to my wife.
So, do you know a great way to remember where everything is?
You know, basically, there's no add-on that I know of that shows you where everything is because they're always there. You just got to make a routine. How do you remember?
Map pins. As soon as I pick the lockbox, it shows up on the map.
Oh yeah, lock boxes. Oh, the guy spawned there. Whoops. And I didn't realize it.
Saw you.
Yeah, he spawned and he
angry.
saw me. So that's one reason to not be standing up at all times. But
Don't die.
no, he's suspicious. But we're gonna steal some items from him.
Threw me across the room.
Because he cost me 184 bounty, which I'll end up probably paying 96, 92 on. But I'm going to take my stuff, my money from him.
Did
Maybe.
you get your items?
There we go. So I probably got just enough items out of him to pay for my bounty. But that's why you always... That's why you always got to be in sneak mode, and that means the girl spawned over here, she said, so here she is right here. Now this is one of those tricky situations here that it's not going to let me pickpocket her or not let me use the Blade of Woe, but sometimes if you finagle your way down, like I got down right behind her between the beds, then the Blade of Woe popped up. And again...
She eventually leans against the wall, and then you can't get her.
Yeah, she'll lean on that wall over there. But right here,
Also,
see?
I have a problem with her, because occasionally the guy, when he's sweeping, if he's over closer to this area and she's over by the bed, she'll see me kill him.
Yeah. That's one thing, is, but you see, that doesn't happen with this character specifically because of all the passives. Now again, if you don't have all the passives, find one of those very easily craftable pieces of armor and you'll have it. So here we go, here's a lockbox, I'm going to pop it open, boom, force the lock. Here we got a green item and 116 gold, we will take that. Free money is free money. So there we go. So as questions have all been answered, if you have any other questions, feel free to post them in the comments, we'll be more than happy to answer them. Do our best. We hope that you found this video informative and enlightening and you're ready to go out and rob the world blind. So this is Cat Knighton and Big Daddy signing off.
Bye.
Bye.